Welcome back. You're watching the Late Night News. Finally, after 36 long hours, there seems to be a solution tried for the disabled. The disabled community, who have been on an indefinite strike since yesterday, have called off their strike after Chief Minister M. Karunanidhi reportedly accepted their demands and has written to the Central Railway Minister. About 60 people from the disabled community have been demanding that the government take back the order revoking reservations for the disabled in the specially designed compartment. After having not heard at all from the government for the past 36 hours, they have now some respite. Dr. Deepak, the Vice President of the TNPHA, joined us in a studio a short while ago. He was at the forefront of those hunger strikes.
The news which I have got it from the Commissionerate of the Disabled, saying that the Chief Minister signed a letter meant for the Honorable Railway Minister in New Delhi, saying that the compartment, which is a specially disabled design, should be made an unreserved compartment, while now it is in reservation compartment.
Okay.
So we don't think that it will solve the problem, but we are happy that the Honorable Chief Minister, who is very empathetic with disabled people, has taken it up and sent a letter. That's a strong message to the central government about the disability issue. It is very ridiculous, and we think, at times we feel, are we really the citizens of this country, or are we the third-grade citizens of this country? In fact, Indian Railways, we have been fighting for the last 9 months, and we have been giving so much of communication. We came to know about this order on the 3rd of August 2009, and since then we have been sending representations to the General Manager's office. We reportedly tried to meet him, but he didn't meet us. By that time, Mr. Jayant was the General Manager, and the attitude of the General Manager's office was so ridiculous. They were trying to chase away us. In fact, we felt very humiliated at every moment when we knocked the doors. In a way we are not, because this shouldn't have taken so much of time. We talk about United Nations Convention for the Rights of People with Disability, that and this happening in the international scenario, but what has happened in this country? We still don't have the bathrooms for disabled people. And we say that we are a developed nation, and we go and sit in the G8 nations dialogue. What makes that? And it very clearly sends a message that the society is not that sensitive till today. And we have to come to the roads even today to demand for us.
Moving on, at least 2 trees were felled by traffic cops on Besant Avenue Road last night. Traffic police officials said the trees were felled after a road accident which occurred on Tuesday near one of the avenue trees. The felling of trees without consulting the local people who are for protecting the age-old trees in the area has now created a furor among residents. Joining us now on the Late Night News System, Mr. G. Dattari, former Chief Urban Planner of the CMDA. So why do you think this whole operation of cutting down those trees was hushed up and carried out at night?
Yeah, actually these trees have been there for a long time, and when the road was widened, they came into the more or less in the center of the street. And for a long time, they had boards there to warn the people. But what has happened is, just after an accident, they thought it is best to chop it off, and they chopped it off in the night so that there is no objection from the public in the morning. I think there are options which can be taken into consideration before trees are chopped. If they are to be taken away, I think there must be a good reason for it, and the options must all be taken into account, and these must be done in a transparent manner.
So don't you think that considering the population of Chennai, it becomes important to chop down a few trees for safety?
It can certainly be done, but it is important that people are taken into confidence, and this is done as a collective and in a participatory way. Otherwise, what happens is somebody sitting in the office decides that the traffic should go this way, the road should be widened, and for widening the road, cut the tree. I think this cannot be taken in a hasty manner. It has to be thought of, discussed with people, discussed with experts, and then only if there is no other alternative, then of course we have the trees have to be removed, and in their place naturally there must be a lot of other planting done in the same area, not somewhere else. Because if you take a tree in Besant Nagar, 10 trees must be planted in Besant Nagar, not somewhere.
Right, Mr. Dattatri, thanks a lot for joining us on that story. Now, moving on, the Supreme Court today ruled that the 44 deemed universities which have been recommended for derecognition by the Tandon Committee can now admit students for the next academic year. The Supreme Court today declined to pass orders restraining the 44 deemed universities from admitting students for the next academic year 2010-11. That means the 16 universities in Tamil Nadu can now admit students and keep their shops open. Tamil Nadu's Fire and Rescue Services has deployed customized motorcycles for faster and better access to the scene of fire. And for the first time, the fire service has also acquired life-detecting equipment to trace people trapped in debris. Lokpriya reports.
The red firefighting truck with its siren wailing is not new to us. But as the city becomes congested, the rescuers have decided to deploy these customized motorcycles to get faster and deeper access to a fire accident scene before the red trucks could get there. The motorcycles, which will patrol the city streets, are fitted with an extinguisher that sprays foam to douse the fire.
Due to the heat, we have the problem of summer fires, and in a city like this, there is a traffic congestion and we have to reach the spot in time. So in such a situation, the motorcycle borne fire extinguisher is very, very useful.
The Fire and Rescue Department has also acquired what is known as a life detector to trace people trapped in debris in the event of a building collapse or an earth tremor. The equipment imported from Germany can search for survivors up to 20 feet of rubble. The fire department is also planning sophisticated training for its personnel to deal with emergencies.
And hazardous material handling, again static handling, then when it is in motion, that is in a truck, again hazardous material berthed in a harbour. So all these instances of hazard requires a different kind of response. So for which we have to have a specialized training. So I am devising a special courses for our officers and men.
No one would have ever missed the eye-catching red bus and the loud bell on the road. Being the first to arrive at the rescue operation, the Red Brigade is all geared up with smarter equipments for firefighting and rescue operations. With camera person Prabhu, Lokpriya, Ndtv-Hindu.
Now for a special segment, Writing on the Wall, over to Divya for today's pick.
Hi and welcome to Writing on the Wall. I have made a general observation about social networking sites. Your status update need not necessarily be about yourself or what you're up to. It could be about anything that you've heard of, or if you'd like to share something with your friends. So all of you, please start sending in your updates to feedback@ndtv-hindu.com. And for today, we have someone who's being very sarcastic. Rishi Pandey says, statistics are like mini skirts. They reveal more than what they hide. God knows what statistics he's referring to. You can also join our Ndtv Hindu account on Facebook. Write on our wall if you find something interesting on the web platform as well.
Up next, a squash champion talks about his off-court pursuits in a special interview.